at a drone layer. We combined it with number 2. Everything seemed to be going good, but I haven't really touched it. I don't see anything up here. That's unusual. Just an occasional stray bee. That's not good. It's indicating that there isn't really a workforce strength necessary to produce honey this season. I'll probably pull this if things don't start looking.
If you find worker brood, then you can be pretty sure you're not dealing with laying workers. However, an old queen can fail, and a new queen can have problems getting mated, and the result is a lot of drone population.
Well, capped brood that early, that's a good sign. Mixture of capped, a few larvae. Below the excluder, there's a lot of bees. So they may just be in the process of building up. Now there's a mix with some drone in it. Never like that. But it is what it is. They need drones in order to mate with the queens. I just, when you get a lot of percentage of drone, you have to start worrying that your queen is failing. But for the most part, it's still about a 10-to-1 ratio.
10-to-1 is high, but it's livable.
See what the brood looks like down here.
Bees will usually supersede a failing queen. However, if that queen is very young, she might be producing enough of her pheromones that the urge to supersede isn't there.
I want to see at least one really good frame of worker brood. Well, that's better. Again, drone brood in here. And a little bit of worker brood there. Back to my original idea of pulling the super. It is almost the beginning of June. If you're not seeing dry out by that time, then they're not going to do it during the honey flow. Well, it's packed full of bees. They don't appear to be drones, so that's a good thing. Honey? Honey? But you girls know what I'm looking for. A little bit of brood, some newly laid brood. Lots of drones still. The last time I went downstairs, I ended up with a ton of worker brood down there. I'd love to not have to go downstairs on this one. It's a little hot today. Mix of worker and drone. Lots of drone, a little bit of worker. So she's laying about 30% drone. The number 6, have to keep an eye on still. Been under her watch a long time. But what I'm not seeing is a conversion of the well, it wouldn't be workforce, but I'm not seeing that represented in the adult bees. Yeah, there's drones, but there's a lot of workers in there still, too. I don't know.
So this had been deteriorating since March, and it was time to do something about it. As I said, I suspected that it was a fairly new queen that was poorly mated, and she was difficult to find too. She was probably undersized. So they weren't superseding her, and we don't want to let that colony go through the honey flow and into fall with a weak or heavy drone force, or they're not going to make it through the winter. So what we want to do is we want to force a supersede. I didn't want to go into the hive and just try to find the queen and kill her, because if they didn't succeed in raising a new queen, well, then you have an even bigger problem, and potentially, you could end up with a laying worker problem. My idea was simple. I was going to force a supersede. To do that, I was going to split the colony up. We would take frames that had young brood and eggs and move them into a nuke, and we would leave frames with young brood and eggs in the hive as well. I've never really liked the idea of buying queens via the mail. Sometimes they come in damaged, and often they're expensive, and sometimes the hives don't accept them. So if we can get these girls to, supersede the queen, obviously whichever hive or whichever colony box does not have the queen in it, they'll try to produce another queen. And if we can get her mated, and there's plenty of good drones around now, then we can watch, and if she starts laying a good pattern, which is what I would hope, at that point in time, we would go in and try to find the queen in the other colony and get rid of her. The next step would be to combine the two colonies together, and because they are of the same heritage, lineage, the chances of the combine working very well are good, and the chances of the acceptance of the new queen would be very good by the other bees. I mean, we could still do a paper combine, but if the one colony is queenless and you have a queen of the same heritage in the other box being combined, chances are they'll accept her. So we'll close these guys up, make sure that bees are going in and out of it, and in a few weeks we'll open it up and see what the results are, and hopefully we've got good results. As always, I want to ask you to hit that like and subscribe to our channel, because this really does help promote the videos and get them out there. We don't make any money off of them, but we're having fun making them, and this definitely encourages us to continue. Our own bee is in Disney World enjoying a vacation, but we hope to get her back here in a few weeks, maybe in time to open these guys up and see what the results are. Until next time, wish us luck on this one. I feel good about it.
So a split is something we normally associate with doing in a large colony. But in this case, it's a Hail Mary. We're splitting the drone layer, putting brood, young brood, in both colonies. This will force one of these colonies to raise a queen, hopefully. And hopefully that queen gets mated, starts laying eggs. At that point in time, we try to find the old drone layer and get rid of her and recombine the colonies with a queen that hopefully is laying good worker brood. It's a Hail Mary. It's either that or spend $40 on a queen, or dissolve the colony into the other colonies. So we're going to give it a try. We'll see what happens.